A federal appeals court is siding with a pair of Lexington distillery owners. Sean and Tia Edwards started Fresh Bourbon in 2017 and were recognized as the first black-owned bourbon distillery in Kentucky. That designation led to a lawsuit by Bro Brothers in Louisville, saying it was false advertising. The appeals court agreed with the lower court that Bro Brothers failed to show how Fresh Bourbon deceived customers. Co-founder Sean Edwards says finishing the court process has been a long time coming.
What we stand on, we won 2 gold medals for our bourbon. So we stand on the fact that yes, it is a great story, and what we've done and what we put together is great, and it is representative of a legacy that will happen. But the story sells the first bottle. What's in it sells the second bottle.
Edwards says they hope to grow their distillery and expand the brand.